It just splashed on me. I think I'm gonna break my nails. Gosh, what?
Hey y'all, what's up? For this video, we'll be painting with gouache, but not any regular gouache. It is in fact $5 and under gouache. $5 gouache. Gouache from a $5 store. That's kind of like as half the stuff is like not even $5. I was really curious how this is end because I don't have any gouache anymore. And first impressions, it's pretty nice. Like, look at that. Something that I was really shocked by is that there are lids. Like, the gouache has its own each individual, like, oh my gosh, individual little lids. When we speak about colors, I think it came with a really good amount of colors. Like, it came with the primary colors and then some. So I think especially if you're looking to buy some gouache, but you don't want to like buy a big hmmm palette and spend a lot of money, this is a really good alternative to hmmm, especially if you're on a budget and if you're a beginner like me. Alright, now we're gonna be opening them, and this is where the funny and slightly irritating part comes, which is basically just like 3 minutes straight of me just struggling to open like a piece of plastic filled with paint. So here's a timestamp if you don't want to watch me struggle. But I will say this, I feel like I spent almost as much time opening the gouache than I was painting with the gouache, which honestly, you know, that probably isn't actually what happened, but it's what it felt like. I feel like it took me like 15 minutes to like just open the paint itself, which is either just me or it was the paint. I have a feeling it was the paint because I was doing everything I can, and there are no little grippies on the foil so that I can like open it nicely. So that part was frustrating.
It just splashed on me. Oh my gosh!
Finally, after the insane monstrosity of messy fingers, messy table, and messy paintbrushes, we finally made it to the part that everyone has clicked the video for, painting. Now, just to clarify, I am no expert in painting. In fact, I am quite a beginner. I can't really paint at all. I really enjoy it, but I just want to let you know, don't take everything I say for granted too much, because I am definitely a paint noob. Also, a friendly introduction to Knife Chan, our friendly kitchen party knife that we have. I remember when we fled from home and my mom had bought paint and we were at my grandparents' house, so I didn't really have, I didn't have a water cup like I normally did because I didn't have that. In fact, wasn't able to bring much of any of my art supplies except my sketchbook. Well, no, I actually brought a really good amount of my art supplies, I lied. But I didn't have my cup, so I ended up taking a plastic water bottle and I cut it in half and I made this perfect little water cup, and I was so proud and it brought me so much joy in that sad moment. But this experience of having, like, losing all our stuff has really taught me, you know, use what you have. Like, you don't need to be rich to have a water cup or a palette knife. In this case of knife chan and water bottle chan, all we did was basically use plastic, hopefully recycled. But you get my point. Now about the painting, I was going in with yellow, blue, and pink, and I was just trying to do a gradient, and then I was working on the water. Okay, so one thing that I'm especially bad at when it comes to painting is painting water, and I remember this one traumatic acrylic experience of like me trying to paint water. And you remember that time during the internet and like the art community, and acrylic paintings were super popular, and there was these compilations of like people like doing the sunsets and adding the black leaves in the background, little stencils of shadows and stuff. I watched a lot of those, and so I really wanted to get into acrylic painting. I was not good at painting. It seems like it's something that has stuck with me for a while. But I remember trying to paint water, and I remember I spent so long restarting on the same exact type of water over and over again, and it discouraged me so much. I ended up coming up with like, I made good water, like I loved it. It turned out good, like water painting, not water. And it turned out perfect. But I painted it on my palette as a test run. So literally, basically, my sketch was better than my liner, if y'all get me. So I was like so frustrated. So I ended up like keeping the like palette because I was using a paper plate. So I ended up just keeping that for decoration because it was a lot prettier than what I had. And then I just moved on. And then I tried water again on a second painting. It was just lines. So when it came to watercolor water, I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, Knife Chan was here to save me. Also guys, let me know if you like longer videos or shorter videos, because honestly either works for me, because I had like 92 minutes worth of footage. I do paint and draw really fast normally. Maybe that's why my quality normally isn't so good. But so that's like a plus, but I'm worried about my space and storage on my camera. Like I didn't realize like a 15-minute video was like 15 gigs. Like what the heck? So my phone has been overheating a lot. Like right now it's hot, but my battery like 5%, so things are hanging on the end, okay? But we're making it work. My mom has like her old phone that she recently just threw away. Not thrown away, but like stored away. And I was thinking of using it for recording because her camera quality is so much better than mine. Even like I don't get why iPhone for camera quality suck and Samsungs are like top tier. That would probably be the only reason that would make me want to switch back to Samsung, but I really like iPhone. And a quick brief interruption, I'm going to show off some of my products. This will be on my Etsy soon. It's a little octopus, and it can hold your markers. I'll show you in a second, but it can hold rings or markers. It's really cute. And also this little desk buddy. It'll be $30 on Etsy. But yeah, I have a lot of cute products. If you like Genshin Impact and anime stickers, I have a lot of cute custom designs. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. I'll have it in the link below. Also guys, I need help. So I don't know how to put my own music into like my editing software because I edit on my iPhone. I use CapCut, but I don't know how to put my own music into it. So I like want to put like cutesy like Animal Crossing music, but I can't because I don't know how. So if any of you guys know how to like use an MP3 that like actually works or download music onto my iPhone, please. I need help, and for free. I need it for free. I don't want to spend $100 a month so I can download one song. Now, to actually talk about the painting, because I'm on the verge of fan dumping a bunch of Tokyo Revenger stuff. I'm obsessed. But about the painting, I went over it with a lighter blue because it came out a lot more like darker and muddier than I wanted, so I went over with the solid blue. I think it mixed a little white with it. And now I'm going over with some paint markers for like the power line and the little shadow parts, because I was going to use the black that it came with, but I do not have very good hand control, and I didn't bring up a thin paintbrush, so I was just using some of the paint markers to go in with it, which I think it worked. Okay, it worked, but yeah, I made a mess of everything. So I was like, I did the taboo of paint markers, and I pressed and I shook while it was on the painting instead of doing it on a palette, and it literally, oh my gosh, literally got on the painting. And so I had to like panically get a paper towel and like hopefully it soaks up enough. It did. I just had to make that section a little thicker, but you know, it worked out enough. To be honest, this painting turned out a lot better than I expected. Like, I actually wasn't even going to record this video. I swear it was a God moment. That's a little dramatic, but I just had a feeling to record, and I was just gonna like paint, and I don't even know what I was gonna paint. I just wanted to paint, and I wanted to try out my new paints, and I just decided to record. So I ended up like bringing the whole lamp and getting my tripod, and then I don't regret it. I'm very glad. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't, but this was very good content, and it was really funny. I hope you guys liked the video. I had, honestly, I'm glad I also re-edited it because it was so awkward at first, and I've never done YouTube before. Like, we all know when we were little kids and we've watched YouTube when we were younger, and so we would record on our tablets us playing Minecraft, and we would like, hey guys, welcome to my video kind of vibe, you know? So this, I've never done video because that does not count. But anyways, about the painting again, this is where I was talking about when you can put markers on it. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't you want that? So you can, like, you know, it's so cute. I love it. I have to wait for it to dry. I've been way too impatient. This is why probably another reason I don't paint, because I have a very thin amount of patience, which you'd think that with the amount of siblings I have, I would have a lot of patience, but man, thankfully it didn't go as bad. But normally, like, I end up messing it up because I'm like, I don't want to wait for it to dry, so I end up just like, ruining the painting on accident because I didn't want to wait. But this is where we get to the dreaded water part. I was just splashing paint on there, and then I remembered knife tan. So I used knife tan, and I spread the paint around like a palette knife, and I just kind of did it randomly. I didn't really know, like, I was just doing it, okay? We were going with the flow. That's what we do, okay? We go with the flow, quite literally in this case. And I did, and okay, it doesn't look good like it isn't Picasso, but it's doing water for me, so I just moved on from that. I wasn't even gonna touch it, you know, I wasn't even gonna be a perfectionist. I'm just gonna leave it, and that's something I think I really need to learn in art, is not over touching things, especially like on digital art. Also, warning, sad moment in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it looks like I did it on purpose now that I rewatch it, but I didn't mean to do it. I was just mixing the paint, and when I was testing the paint markers that I ran down, and I had accidentally mixed the black from the stupid paint marker into my blue, and it messed up my blue. And I hate remixing colors. Like, I'll spend like what feels like 30 minutes just mixing like the right tone, but then you don't mix enough because you didn't want to waste so much paint mixing something that you might not even get right. And then you have to remix it, but you don't remember exactly how you got there because you spend like so many colors trying to find it. That's why I hate mixing. Thankfully, I just added like the white and blue, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and I don't even think I touched that color really afterwards. When it came to this part, I really halved it because I was just ready to be done. Like, my attention span was over, so I was just finishing. I was just layering down the blocks. Especially since the front wasn't too big of a focus, I didn't want to put too much detail into it. I was also lazy, but I was just going over with the paint marker. I feel like paint marker is just a lazy solution to finishing things quickly. Now about mixed media with these gouache, I'm actually impressed. Like, I feel like these mix really well together. I feel like almost better than my hmmm. I can't say that for sure because it's been a while since I painted. Also, I was listening to really good music. You should go check out my Spotify. Anyways, the colored pencils mixed pretty well. Like, I don't really think I have anything to complain about. Like, the paint wasn't ripping. It went right on top. I could just be a coloring noob and it's just a normal thing. But at least to me, it went on really well. So I was just going over and like refining the details, and it's finished. I love this little cone. I thought it was so cute. But yeah, this is a finishing painting. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and hit the notification now for next video. Bye!